Path Exile, and just the 2020 gems that are new. And the other ones I do tomorrow because it's already pretty late. And the Flame Link, I'm kind of disappointed that the 4th line, link target gains added fire damage equal to 5% of your maximum life, doesn't scale upwards. I expect it maybe goes to like 8% or something. But it just scales the 3rd line basically. Then Protective Link is just like Bone Armor. And a side note, the mana cost with 33 mana per second is kind of high, and I expect most builds can run it for like 3 seconds. And then they run out of mana for the link, and then it ends. The Intuitive Link has the less damage multiplier changing with higher levels. Concoction, I didn't really look at it yet. And maybe I check out what's the highest maximum life you can get from Flask. Temporal Rift has cooldown recovery rate, so you can reuse it quicker, probably. And the quality also applies to cooldown recovery, it seems. The Tornado, the 2nd line is interesting. The deal damage every 0.25 seconds. So if you don't scale cast speed, maybe it's a really good way of stacking something like poison on an enemy, or fast hits, because that's kind of fast, 4 casts per second, or 4 hits per second. And has decent flat damage, maybe do some conversion builds, but it's unlikely a main skill. And if you hit the Tornado 10 times, then you deal full damage of 1 projectile maybe. And then he has 200 damage effectiveness maybe. But I'm really not sure yet how good it actually is and how worthwhile of hitting the Tornado. What's the best way of scaling it? Maybe with Eternity Shroud, then you hit with a fire spell. No. Hit with a lightning spell. Convert it to cold, then to fire, then to chaos, and the Eternity Shroud converts all of it all the time, increasing the duration. And maybe with Winter Orb. Then you hit the Winter Orb, and the Winter Orb reflected back into the Tornado. But I'm not sure. I don't see it being really good yet. Oh, it's an orb, by the way. And attacks, the last one. Vampiric Link has skill effect duration, and maximum life recovery per second from each. So if you're in a party with a Slayer, maybe that's helpful. Destructive Link has crit multi. And it's also like a Slayer build. You have the 6% crit chance or something. Or you go with a really high crit build. That's a weapon on a support that supports the cost and crit build. And I'm eternally sad about Energy Blade. I expected it to have the last line. Buff grants 80% less maximum energy shield to scale down with higher levels. So it goes to like 40%, I expected. But super sad. And just a number scale with 5% and 100%. And if you go with lucky, it probably scales towards the 100% more often. Looks kind of sad, the damage. Then Soul Link, skill effect duration, and takes 40% less damage. That's kind of good. Maybe you can scale it times 5 party members on 1 target. So that would be 50-70%. but that's very unlikely. And I don't know how the new Fortify works. You could gain damage immunity, but then your 5 supports easily die, and then you lose your immunity over time. And 30% of damage taken from hits against target is taken from your energy shield before them. But if you don't take damage, then this would be 0%. Yeah. And that was the short video, more or less. Thanks for watching, until next time. Bye bye. And please subscribe, yo.